it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. Today is day 24 of the Pantry Challenge. Yes, I'm still doing the Pantry Challenge. So I want to show you that today. I'm doing some meal prep. I am also going to show you what I am actually eating today and how I'm able to utilize what I have in the house. So I have a plan. I may not execute it perfectly, but hey, at least it is a plan, okay? All right, so stick with me, and I don't know, maybe it might spark your imagination and inspire you to use your food in a different way. Okay, let's get going. Guess what? The first thing I was going to show you was how I am putting together the pasta salad using the 3-bean salad as a base. And something happened. Actually, I think it was operator error. So the pasta salad will pick up where I'm just about to add some dehydrated celery. But trust me, it'll come together eventually. Okay? You know, my late husband always said, you have to be smarter than the thing you're trying to operate. He didn't lie. Alrighty, onward with the pasta salad. I've got the pasta in the pan. I put in about 1.5 cups. So I'm going to put some of this dehydrated celery in the pasta water while the rotini is cooking, and that will rehydrate the celery. Okay, the pasta is done. So I've drained it, and this pasta, along with the rehydrated celery, is still warm, but that's what I want, because I want this pasta to soak up the pickling liquid that is in the 3-bean salad. Now, this is some pepperoni I sliced up. This is the turkey pepperoni. It's not the regular pepperoni, because I'm going to save that probably for a pizza, because I have a frozen pod of pizza dough left from the weekend. So here are some chopped baby carrots to add to the pasta salad. I thought I had some green olives left, but I don't. I was going to add those in as well, but that's okay. Now you can see already that the pasta is just going to soak up a lot of that vinaigrette, and that's what I want. Now I'm going to add some Italian seasoning to the pasta salad. And I think I'm going to add in a little bit of garlic. And I think I'm going to add in just a few red pepper flakes. The pepperoni will spice it up some, which is good. So basically, got a nice Italian pasta salad. It's beautiful. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator. Now, this pasta salad, because I've got the pepperoni in it, it's a meal for me. So, show you what it looks like. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to put the lid back on this, put it in the refrigerator, and let it sit for today. Okie doke, I'm going to make some ham salad. Now, the bologna I showed you in the previous video showing you what I have to eat, that bologna had 8 slices of bologna in it, the package did, and so I reserved 2 slices for a ham or a bologna and cheese wrap, I had that a couple weeks ago. It was really tasty, so I reserved 2 slices for that. And so in this dish, in this bowl, there are 8 or 6 slices of bologna and 3 boiled eggs. I'm going to add in some minced onion. I'm not going to add any salt because we know that bologna is pretty salty. Add some pepper. And I'm going to add in some relish. This is just a sweet pickle relish. This is the end of my store-bought relish. My daughter and son-in-law gave me cucumbers and so some peppers over the summer, so I was able to actually make my own sweet pickle relish. So this is the last of the store-bought relish. Then I will get started on my home canned relish. That's pretty exciting. Now I'm just going to start out with just a couple of tablespoons of mayonnaise. Now, this may seem a little bit wet at first, but because I put the dehydrated minced onion in there, when they rehydrate, they will tighten up this ham salad. If you want to see how to make the ham salad that I grew up on, which is what this is, I have a video on that. If you just do a search on YouTube, ham salad, Simple Food, Simple Life, it will pop up. So, that's pretty much it. Let's see. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Now, the minced onion that is in there right now, the dehydrated onion is, well, it's still crunchy, but I'm going to put this in a container, pop it in the refrigerator, and it will be there when I need it. I can eat this as a sandwich. I can eat it on crackers, which is really tasty, by the way. And so it's very good. I think you should try it. Now, I want to address this ahead of time. Someone is inevitably going to say, that's not ham salad. That's bologna salad. Well, you can call it whatever you want. My mother made it. She used to have a grinder that attached to her stand mixer, and she would run the ingredients through her grinder. And we grew up on this. And she would make a huge amount. We loved it. Bologna was actually about 25 cents, 30 cents a pound. You could buy it at our little local general store. They would slice it for you. And so that's how I learned to make it. I don't apologize for that. We call it ham salad. You call it whatever you like. Okie dokie, it's almost 1 o'clock. I haven't had anything to eat yet today, so I'm going to have my first meal. So what I did was I took 2 corn tortillas and I put them in the air fryer and turned them into tostadas. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got my leftover refried beans. I've got a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese left. It's not very much. So I'm going to add in a slice of American cheese. I've got some lettuce. And I have some salsa from 22, which I've been working on. And I've got some nachos. So, nachos. Pickled jalapeno peppers. I guess they're La Costilla nachos, pickled jalapeno peppers. There we go. I got it right. So I'm going to do these in the air fryer. I think I will have 2. So when those get done, I will show you what they look like. Okay, I've got the refried beans on the tostada. I put some jalapenos on there, and I'm going to put a little bit of this cheese on each one. And I've got this slice of American cheese from the fridge. I'm just going to add to it. And these are going to go in the air fryer. When they come out, I will add the salsa and the lettuce that I cut into shreds to top the tostadas. One of them is done, and still, and the other one is in the air fryer. As you can probably hear, put a little lettuce on here. So happy about this lettuce. The head of lettuce was 99 cents. Tostados are so messy to eat, but they are so delicious. So here's the first one. So here's the second one. And I'm going to put a little salsa on that. And there it is. This is my first meal of the day using what I have. And I'm going to put on a couple of slices of orange, because when you're having spicy food, for some reason or other, citrus can taste really good. And there it is. Lunch is ready. I'm really hungry and I'm looking forward to this. Okay, I'm going to make some salmon patties. These will be my supper tonight, and then I will have enough left to eat throughout the rest of the week. And these are the ingredients of my salmon patties. I left out one important thing, an egg. So, I've got a bowl here. I'm going to get this put together and we will get them started. First of all, I should show you this. I have an unopened sleeve of saltines, and I've got a partial sleeve of saltines. So I'm going to use this sleeve. Normally I would use a whole one, but I'm not going to open this one. I'm just going to use what I have. Okay. I've opened the salmon. This salmon comes from Aldi. It's still under $4. Now, I use the juice in the salmon. However, I am not fond of the bones, so I take the bones out. I do have a video on how to make salmon patties if you are interested in that. But I just don't like these little bones here. My mom always used to leave them in, but I don't know. I find that a little unpleasant for me. They won't hurt you. A lot of people say they cook down. You can actually just leave all the bones in the salmon. They're very small, but I don't know. They're just not for me. So, there. Those are out. I like to leave the liquid in. I use that. Now I've got that sleeve of saltines, which I crushed them in their wrapper. They're not crushed very fine, but I don't care about that. I'm good with it. I've got 1 egg to act as a binder. So, now I'm going to mix them up. Takes a little bit to mix them, and I will probably get in there with my hands as well until it's mixed up the way I want them to be. Okay, I got in there with my hands. You don't have to use your hands. You can use a utensil. It will just take longer, that's all. So, there it is. I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes so that the crackers can absorb the moisture, and then we will come back and we're going to fry these up. I haven't put any salt and pepper in them because the saltines are, you know, salty, but I will put a little salt and pepper as they cook in the skillet, and then we'll just go from there until they're done. All right, I've just got my handy dandy trusty old ice cream scoop, and that's what I'm going to use to make the patties. I don't have to pad them out with my hands. There's no reason to. And I'll show you how that goes in just a moment. All right, now I've got them in there. I'm going to turn them over, and as I do, I just press them with the spatula. And that makes a very nice patty. So you don't have to worry about pressing them out with your hands or having them be perfect. They're perfectly good like this. And you notice I left a lot of room in between. Now, these will get flipped over again. And when they do, they'll be brown all really nicely on the other side. And then when I flip them over, I'll burn them. I hope not. I'll brown them around the edges. Okay, I flipped them over, and I added one more to the pan because I had a little more room. So I'm just going to let these cook. They're going to just fry until they're nice and crispy, and I will flip this one over, and then I will continue. This is how much I have left. I think there's probably enough for maybe 2 more patties. So that's pretty good from a can of salmon. I've got a paper towel lined plate to put them on so that they can drain. And when I get them all cooked, we'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. See how crispy these are becoming? Because I flipped them one more time. I like to flip them 2 or 3 times. That way they get a nice outer crust on them. So let's flip this one over. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. I will flip it 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times even, until they look the way I want them to look. can also see when I press on them with a spatula how firm they are. That's what I want. They should not be squishy or soft. They should be firm, and they should stay together. They shouldn't come apart at all. Okay, this is how it usually works out. I got two and then a baby one. That's just the way it usually works. But that's okay. So now we're going to do the same thing to these. Okay, the salmon patties are done. They look delicious. And I'll probably eat, maybe I'll eat one of the bigger ones and the smaller one for my supper. I think probably I'll have some squash with that. I've got some leftover squash from last week, and my little dog has been enjoying this squash too with her food. So I will probably warm some of that up and put a little butter, salt, and pepper on that squash, and I'll have some with that. When I was a kid, and whenever we would have salmon patties, my mom would always boil potatoes with the skins on, and then she would have a pitcher of hot bacon grease, a small little pitcher of hot bacon grease sitting on the table with a bowl of chopped raw onions. And there were some of us who really loved that on the boiled potato. Salt and pepper, it was delicious. Otherwise, some didn't care for that. They would have butter on their potato. And she would usually open a can of creamed corn or a can or two of peas, or maybe both. So that would be our salmon patty supper. And sometimes I do the exact same thing. All right, that's it for me today. I love you guys. You know I do. As always, you know that little is much when God is in it. I do hope you give these things a try. I hope they inspire you to use what you have in the house, considering that I'm in the pantry challenge. And if you are, tell me what you're up to. I would love to know. All right? Okay, please like, subscribe, and share, because you might help somebody else, and you sure would help me out. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.